Mary Immaculate School for Deaf Children, Beechpark. Beechpark is unique for a number of reasons. When the School for the Deaf was established, it was to fulfil the personal wish of the late Archbishop John Charles McQuaid. At the time of its founding, Beechpark designated itself a so-called pure oral school for the deaf, regardless of how unlikely this would be in practice, considering that they originally only accepted boys who were profoundly deaf and under the age of 10. In spite of the founders' intentions, and in direct opposition to the school's ban on the use of ISL, a variety of Beechpark Sign Language was developed by the deaf pupils there. Origins of Beechpark as a deaf school. The oral method of deaf education had come to Ireland a few decades earlier, and Beechpark's founders had unwittingly adopted the new approach. St. Mary's had been happy to adopt the oral regime, whereas St. Joseph's was very slow to do so, facing much resistance from the Christian Brothers. The Archbishop of Dublin intervened in the matter, making it known that it was his express wish that the new deaf oral school be created. He asked the Daughters of the Cross Liège to establish the school and manage its operations. In 1956, they bought a house and property for the purpose from a wealthy family in Stillorgan. The new school was named the Mary Immaculate School for Deaf Boys. However, the school was situated in the vicinity of Stillorgan called Beechpark. And it soon became quite affectionately and unofficially known as the Beechpark School. Timeline. (1956) Beechpark opens with an enrolment of 5 boys. 1963. A new school is opened. It has 6 classrooms, a speech room, and 6 dormitories upstairs. 1970. New additions open to include 4 classrooms, 2 speech rooms, and a hall. 1972. 3 chalets are built to accommodate 27 boys. 1979. 72 children are in attendance. 1981. Beechpark becomes a full primary school. 1988. 30 children are attending. 1995. Only 23 children are attending. 1998. Beechpark ceases operation as a deaf school. The drop in student numbers has come about due to the rise of mainstreaming. History of Beechpark before it became a deaf school. Beechpark was originally on a vast estate in a large house that was built in the 18th century. Many rich families had lived there during the house's history, including the Darsley Brewery family, at a time when the estate included Brewery Road. Originally called the Fernay House, Its name was changed to Beechpark in 1937 by the Cullen family. It was the Cullen family who sold Beechpark to the Daughters of the Cross in 1956. Opposite Beechpark was Grange House, which became the headquarters of Esso from 1960 to 2001. They were divided by the main road to Wexford, the N11, which became a dual carriageway as we see it now. Although once an isolated house in the middle of the countryside, Beechpark is now surrounded by houses and apartment buildings. Beechpark as a deaf school in 1956. As has been mentioned, Archbishop McQuaid asked the Daughters of the Cross to set up the school for deaf boys. The Provincial Superior of the Daughters of the Cross met with representatives from the Department of Education. The original proposal was to establish a residential school for profoundly deaf boys aged from 3 to 10 years. Designated as a pure oral school, the use of sign language was prohibited. It was a preparatory school for boys before they moved on to St. Joseph's School. Some parents of profoundly deaf children had asked the Archbishop to become involved. Why was this? St. Joseph's School accepted boys from age 7 and upwards. St. Mary's School only catered to deaf girls. Over the years, Beechpark underwent some changes. The age limit was increased to 12 years. Since Beechpark could only teach primary level and not post-primary. Deaf girls were subsequently admitted. The Beechpark pure oral approach was reduced to that of total communication in the 1990s. Beechpark signs. Beechpark signs were those which were created by the pupils within the school. Except for a few of them, they had no exposure to ISL. As signing was banned and treated as a punishable offence under the philosophy of oralism. Deaf children naturally felt the desire and urge to communicate physically, using their bodies and hands as an expressive way to engage one another. The boys signed using their created Beechpark signs and passed them on while taking them underground, transmitting them while working with care staff, nuns and teachers, ensuring they weren't seen. When the boys were older, they moved to St. Joseph's School, aged between 10 and 12, and were quickly exposed to ISL, becoming immersed in the language within the first few days. Some examples of Beechpark signs. Home. Saw before. Time. There are many more examples. The three I've shown you are from my time in the school, but different children over the years have used their own variants of the Beechpark signs.